What is going on, my patriots? How y'all guys doing? Welcome to another edition of Joel's News and Views, also known as Conservative News and Views. If it's your first time tuning into the broadcast, do me a favor. Go ahead on and hit that like button. Go ahead on and hit that notification button up top. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe. With that being said, let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another problem going on right now in America. And it's not just the whole political side. We also got some violence that we need to be aware of that is actually increasing among not only just women who are married to men, but it's also happening with women who are also married to men. You know, what I'm saying is we also have women who's also involved in this too as the aggressor. And I am talking about domestic violence. And not only are they involved with doing this to just their spouses, we're also talking about doing this to children as well. Now, I got a lot of crime stuff that I'll probably be reporting on this week, trying to make that a little bit more than what I normally do, because there's some issues going on. There was a case that I just read about. I will probably go more in detail about that case and talk about it when the first chance I get. But this young lady was killed by her ex-boyfriend, 19 years old, just starting to live her life. And she basically told this young man who's 24 that it was over. And he murdered her. This is in North Carolina. The young lady was Gianna Delgado. The young man, last name is Cogden. I think I have to, like I said, I have to do the story. But yeah, killed her. Called another female friend up in another state next door to North Carolina, which is Tennessee. I was like, hey, I killed this woman. I need you to help me dispose of the body. And the young lady did the right thing. She got law enforcement involved. But there's countless stories of this going on. We also got parents who are killing not only their spouses, killing their children. We also have these spouses that are married to abusive people and rubs off on them, and they kill their own children together. So it's getting to be chaotic. Now, the reason why I did this broadcast is to kind of give y'all some lessons on how to protect yourselves from this type of nonsense, because I myself personally been through domestic violence in my first relationship, my first marriage. My ex-wife was abusive as shit. And when you're being abused or in an abusive relationship, you always think that it's your fault and you can fix the issue, but you cannot. And when you decide that it's over, if you got a chance to escape, you gotta escape. If you could get the person out of your life, as in have documentation, to have a restraining order, have the police to assist you, to have them escorted off the property, or escorted to get their things and leave, that's what you're gonna have to do. Because when you're in an abusive relationship, the abuser will go to the extremes to keep that abuse going, especially if they can't find no one else to abuse. Because to them, abuse is a drug. It's a drug. It's a drug because it gives them confidence. You gotta remember, some of these abusers, they have no self-esteem. They have nothing going for themselves. But you know what they say, misery loves company. They want you to be miserable too. So that's why they like, all right, let's do this. Let's continue to make your life a living hell. But you have to be smarter. You have to use the brain that God gives you. Because I'm telling you now, if you think that the abuse will stop, it won't stop. There's another case I can give you an example of abuse going wrong. This man breaks his wife's collarbone after, which is not the first time he done put hands on her, but this time he allegedly broke her collarbone this time. She goes to the hospital, comes back home, he kills her, finish it off. All because she wanted to leave. And this was a mother of 3 kids. I don't know if 3 of the kids was his, but she had 3 kids. I'm telling y'all, especially women, you have to understand something about these abusers. These abusers, well, actually, it's for men and women. How to tell that somebody is abusive? First and foremost, control. Now, they start doing little innuendos of control, telling you, you know, you're going to do this. Good morning, Rupert. You're going to do it like that. All right? Now, let's say you don't want to do that, or you don't want to wear what they tell you to wear. They'll start doing mind games, start making you feel guilty. That's number one. Now, that's that psychological abuse. Physical abusers, if you don't do what they say, they'll put hands on you to create fear. Because, see, at the end of the day, they want to create fear. They want you to feel like that they're the prize and that without them, you can't make it. That's what a lot of them do. That's just their MO. You know, hey, you know, without me, you can't do this and can't do that. They love cutting you down. Another thing they like doing, they always like telling you that your family, you know what I'm saying, is not worthy. Okay? They always try to keep you from your family. That's their thing. All right. You know, we can't do this today. We got plans. You know, it's always that. We got plans. We got plans. And then 9 out of 10, y'all don't do anything. They just don't want you around your family. They'll isolate you from your friends. They'll tell you that your friends don't like them. You got to make a choice. This is what they do. This is the type of behavior that is dangerous, guys. Very dangerous. I've seen it time and time again. It's very dangerous. Very dangerous behavior. And don't forget, they always like to say, I'm sorry. An abuser is A1 professional at saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. You know, I'm trying to work on myself. Or I need you. You know, they always like to say they need you. And then after they got you all sentimental, they'll also look at you and tell you, please remember, the only reason why I'm acting like this because you trigger me this way or you trigger me that way. They always like to say you are their trigger. I mean, this is just information and game that y'all got to understand. Also, if you know them real good personally, look at how many relationships they've been in and the pattern. Now, you can tell abusive guy or woman's pattern if every person they've been with don't want to deal with them, even if they got kids together. Then, hey, that's a red flag. Men that have abusive women, you can tell a red flag about a woman if she's abusive or manipulative like this emotionally. If she does not have custody of any of her children, like especially she's got multiple baby fathers. She's got multiple baby fathers. She ain't got custody of any of those kids. And those kids are with the baby father's family member or them themselves. That's a red flag. Leave that alone. Run. Like I said, these people subscribe into fear. I mean, that's their thing. And I'm only giving y'all the game to this because it's become a serious issue lately. I mean, it has become a serious issue with men and women with abuse. A very serious issue. That's why I'm telling y'all now. You got to use common sense. Also, if you can get away to safety, if it gets out of hand, do that. Definitely do that. Definitely get away to safety. Because the abuse is real. It really is. And you know, it's happening in all communities now. It's not just a black community thing. It's not a white community thing. It's all communities. All communities. All communities. So you definitely got to protect yourself. And this is facts. And you got to use a lot of common sense. And another thing that I want to put in your ear before I end this, because I just felt like we need to talk about this a little bit. If you with someone who is getting very verbally abusive or even out of line with your children, now let me break this down, because some people get it confused. When I say out of line with your kids, it doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying, somebody who is trying to check ties your kid. I didn't say that, as in within reason. When I said out of line with your kid, I'm talking about you got a 3-year-old and they snatching them up by one arm and trying to beat them with an extension cord or a spatula, or you know what I'm saying, or slapping them in the faces, just doing crazy mess like that. You, first and foremost, you need to get your child out of that situation. You need to go to the proper measures of filing charges, and that's it. And same thing with your teenage children. If you got someone who always trying to bully your son or your daughter, you know, basically just being a straight asshole, like just a monster to the children. And because usually when they start with kids, they start with you too. Again, you need to get out of that situation. You need to do your due diligence and get out of it for the sake of your children. I see so many men and women who hang in there in abusive relationships with kids, and they wait till shit goes bad, like to the point that a child loses their life, and okay, now I want to get out of this. Now I want to do, no, you can't do that. So anyway, that is what I have to say about that, guys. Do me a favor, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button, please like and share, because I am trying to make sure that this is brought to y'all attention, that this abuse stuff is real. Again, I personally went through it, and please take your time and know who you're dealing with. If you got to do a background check, thank you. You welcome. Yeah, if you got to do a background check, do it. Listen, background checks on some of these individuals only cost $7 at the most. A good one. I'm talking about certified. I even put a link below for y'all guys to do background checks. $7. That's all it takes. And you can find out everything you need to know about that person, especially if you got kids. Because, hey, my wife now, she did a background check on me before we got together officially, exclusively. I wasn't mad. I'm glad she did, because that's what you need to do. Because this is real. This is real. So definitely make sure that you're protecting yourself and your children at all costs. And if you can't find out background wise, hey, ask some of these family members. Family members ain't gonna lie. Thank you, Betty. Thank you. But I'm telling y'all, this is on the rise, and you gotta be mindful of who you're dealing with. Like I said, later on this week, I'll go in more detail of these stories of where women, men, all recently have died because of domestic violence, because people just can't deal. I mean, about them leaving and not having that control. I love you guys. Take care of yourself and each other. I'm out.